boys out of LA, ho. I get the black broad, you get the white one.
Hey, man. Okay.
But Cube. So
yeah, let's move on.
Nobody gives Cube his props for
Never.
being the dopest that he is, for being arguably top 5, because so many people got their stuff from him.
Please don't play yourselves with Cube either. I know I say don't play yourself with Ho, but don't continue, sir. Who's next? I'm sorry. I get emotional.
Now, this is another one that's
stuff.
in your group.
Oh, you're right. Twice?
Oh my God.
Man, listen. Jay has been doing a fucking phenomenal job tonight. I don't know if you niggas noticed. His lane switching is phenomenal tonight. But this nigga has lane switched immaculately, and he's right twice because he agrees with me. Fucking right, Dougie.
You just can't give some people a platform. So we going with Cleveland's own Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Man.
I don't get into the debates of who started their style, because if you're as old as I am, then you remember when Bone Thugs and 3 6 Mafia had beef. And if you are from the South and of a certain age, you know about 3 6 Mafia, then you know that staccato rhyme style, they had that as well.
We
But
finna know if you're that way.
The reason I always get mad, we ain't even gonna touch on Migos. The reason I get mad when people bring up Bone and people always want to say Bone stole something from one person or the other person, like 3 6 got mad and said that they stole the Ouija stuff and
That's
the
because
the singing.
That was all they was kicking it though. That's what I don't like about that.
The difference is you could still tell the nuances between the way Busy and Crazy Bone rap versus the way Twista raps, or you can tell the way Bone Thugs sings and performs their songs next to 3 6 Mafia. They all sound different. You know what I'm saying? But aside from all that, they were amazingly dope. They were very, very popular back when they were popular. They were the shit when they were the shit. Now, it's like folks forget just how
dope they really
were. Like don't act like they're the only group to ever work with Easy, Pac, and Big. You know what I'm saying? Like don't act like, the first time you heard Notorious Thugs or the first time you heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone, first time you heard First of the Month, how you still hear First of the Month on the radio. How you felt when somebody passed away and Crossroads came on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how you felt when you first heard Bus Smokers Only, Bus Smokers Only, Only. Like, come on, man.
My G.
My
G.
What?
I was praying that I didn't pass in the 90s so they couldn't play 2 songs at my funeral. The fucking
the 90s
Crossroads
is so
shit,
jacked
right?
up.
Hold on.
It's like
the Crossroads shit, I didn't want them to play. And fucking this was dedicated
DRS,
to
Dirty
my
Rotten Scoundrels.
homies. And
Gangsta Lean.
Man,
this is for my homies.
I was like, please don't
this
let me
is for
die
my
now.
homies.
That's going to be a terrible fucking song to die to.
See you when I get there.
That shit's terrible.
Gangsta Lean, that Gangsta Lean.
Why they had to go? It's terrible, man. Capital T. But yeah, listen,
folks don't give Bone the credit they deserve.
I feel it. Who you got though? You right twice.
I'm gonna go for the same reason, like how we talked about MC Hammer earlier tonight off air.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the homie Hollis Queen's own Ja Rule. Gotta go with Mr. Holla Holla. It's murder.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I gotta go with Ja.
Jay has just blasted off into a category that you know is true, but you do not want to admit is true. So listen, he almost made my list. Almost made the list. but I had to give it to somebody else. But
like,
go ahead, because
folks act like his first 5 albums wasn't busting. Folks act like, oh, so 50 Cent diss him, now all of a sudden he's just trash. Like, don't get it twisted. I didn't like Your Smell, Your like, I didn't like that song. I kind of got tired of it.
Wait a minute.
But
what was that?
Listen,
I didn't mean for you to do it again.
And I can't deny.
No, let's not do it anymore, though. I apologize, viewers, for that. I didn't know that was your Ja Rule voice. I thought it was going to be a lot smoother.
When has Ja Rule's voice ever been smooth?
I'm talking about you. I thought your shit was going to be as smooth as Ja Rule.
I'm going to hit you with that Ja.
You was
murder.
Yeah, you was on the murderers. That's, oh my gosh, that's blood in my eye, Ja. There, that's. We gon' clap back. We gon' clap back. We gon' clap back. We gon' clap back.
Let's take him to war, nigga.
Easy, killer. Easy.
Tekashi 6ix9ine owes his whole career to the Blood in My Eye album.
Oh man.
Let's take that. Let's take that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tekashi 6ix9ine owes his whole career to the Blood in My Eye album by the homie Rule.
Jay has just landed back on Earth. He was so immaculate tonight. He just brought up 6ix9ine in a greatest topic. I am not happy with you, so we are moving forward. I do not want to hear any more of this.
Tekashi hold that whole Nicky got the stiffy. That's the energy of Ja Rule when he wanted to kill 50 Cent.
Oh man, this is terrible.
It's misguided, of course, but that's the energy.
I am not gonna let you give him more airtime. Let it go to your last.
But folks forget, just like with MC Hammer, folks forget that Ja was rocking. Folks forget that Ja came up in the same circle as DMX, as Jay-Z. The original Murder Inc. was the three of them. Like, folks act like he wasn't in them same ciphers. Bless you, sir. He suffered from learning the trick to get paid. He learned, okay, if I make something that a girl can sing, my register will keep ringing. That's the only thing I fault Ja Rule and the whole Murder Inc. staff for.
I don't.
But stop acting like folks don't.
Ja Rule was on the straight path, and Nelly benefited directly from Rule getting bumped off that path. And what I mean is that Ja Rule was getting out of a hardcore rap area where he could no longer further his career. He was going into a less of a rough DMX 90s rapper raw type shit into some, you know what, the 2000s are upon us. We are here now. I need to make sure I stretch my career long enough to have a fucking career. So he went into his LL Cool J mode. And once you get into that mode where you are singing these songs for the ladies, you can't go back to the hardcore shit, especially when you're doing some shit like beefing. And then especially having a document that the government can hold on you, make you shut the fuck up so you can't say certain shit, makes you look inferior to other people. But Ja's problem was he saturated too fast. Like Drake does exactly what he does now. 50 ended up dissing him and then ended up doing what the fuck he was doing with the sing song for the girl shit. You know?
Do you remember the interview when 50 had an interview with Sway, and Sway challenged Sway was like, "But you're doing the same thing. Aren't you doing the same thing Ja Rule was doing? Like you're singing on a record."
What he talking about?
And 50 Cent's like, "No, that's different. I'm not singing. Like he's actually singing. I'm not singing." And he just kept going back and forth. And Sway was like, "But it's the same thing." You know what I mean? Like, oh, Utah busting. Sorry, y'all. We watching basketball at the same time.
Oklahoma City, be ashamed of yourself for having 3 fucking dream teamers on your team and not being able to beat the Utah Jazz.
Hey man,
fucking be ashamed of yourselves, okay? LeBron James, be ashamed of your commitments to change all the damn time. You might as well have stuck with that old ass team because this new niggas, they are garbage. you are not getting to the finals. And if I'm wrong, hey, you're great. But you're not getting to it. Is those niggas is terrible, nigga. I'm sorry. I had to interrupt the process. But who's next? Sorry.
So we had LL Cool J, Ice Cube,
Great
Bone
pick.
Thugs and
Great
Harmony,
picks.
Ja Rule.
Great
My
pick.
last one.
Oh, is it somebody on my list so you can be right a third time?
Oh my goodness. This person is from the current crop of artists.
I'm feeling you. Give it to me.
And I feel that he's very underappreciated.
Okay.
Big Sean.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not saying underrated or anything like, because we could get into like, the crits and
do we have
and people like that. But
do we have the frying pan sound when you drop it in the grease?
Nah. I ain't
listen. Insert grease dropping fish frying right now sound. That nigga just told y'all niggas something so real, nigga.
Like,
so real.
Big Sean has been spitting his ass off since Finally Famous. He fathered a whole new style when he came in the game.
Niggas go
and
bald.
Everybody ran with that style because it was dope. It was dope in its simplicity because it was a metaphoric speech, but he didn't like do a whole big setup.
Yeah, he didn't take you over the bridge. He was like Oscar Mayer, Wiener.
Oh my god! Like
that's basically what it was.
And when he came out, all of the top artists that came out at the same time took that same flow. You know what I'm saying? So I Ball, Chemo is going down, Basement. Drake and Nicki Minaj.
Drake killed it at first, and then
one of Drake's
older
most standout verses of his startup career was from
Chemo.
Forever, when he took that whole style.
He said, but he gave credit to Sean. He said that's who he got it from.
And Sean had to sit back, and he got his little bit of success here and there, but he had to sit back and look at, all of these other artists, his peers, benefit off of his sound.
Okay.
And over time, like no disrespect to these guys, don't get it twisted, because K-Dot, Cole, Drake, three-headed monster. You understand? They are the top of the tops in any way that you can think of it, as far as this current crop of artists that came from like 2009 to now. You know what I mean? But there's always that tier that's right there. You know what I'm saying? I put Wale on that tier. I put Big Sean on that tier. I put Crit on that tier.
Yo, drop some more fish fucking grease for that nigga Wale, my nigga. Whoa. But anyway, go continue.
It's certain artists that I feel are on that tier that all it takes is for one Starships in the Sky record by Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? That'll slide Big Sean right in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. Like, there's a whole lot more, but that was just my 5. Most underappreciated.
Listen, I want you to understand, man. You're doing a fabulous job tonight, sir. Whoa. But without delay, man, when hip hop first began, you call him rap's first superstar, right? Curtis Blow is so underappreciated, man. He fathered a whole type of style. He was dope when he dropped. It was just he was that dude, If you look into the Biggie movie, right? I don't know how true it is, but at the end of the movie, he was sitting with his daughter, teaching her a rap song. Now, at that point, Biggie was the biggest artist on the planet. Mm-hmm. He could have sung any song. The director could have made it him singing a Biggie song, and everybody would have been like, I get it, because that's his daughter. He's singing to his daughter his song. He chose to sing These Are the Breaks to Us by Curtis Blow.
Break it up.
Curtis Blow is amazing, and he never ever gets the credit that he deserves. So one time for Curtis Blow, man. He